Hello, everyone. It's Thursday, same drills. You know, you just got to listen to me waffle. I have been to London today. Saw a neurologist who has been friends with my specific neurologist, Dr. Gran, for over 20 years, he says. Today, basically, it was an assessment from the neurologist down south where he saw my physical ability, he saw that I have no nerves on my left foot, apparently. Figured that out today. He was scratching the base of my right foot with this, needle thing, and my right leg were going 10 to the dozen. And then he did it on my left foot, and I didn't move at all. So, there's another thing I can say. The army, they've ruined the base of my feet, apparently. NFCI injuries, non-freezing cold injury. That's what NFCI stands for, but no bother. My reflexes are still apparent. They're still there. On my lower half, not as much as they are with my elbow and my arm joints. He said my upper body strength when he tested, pulling against his hand and pushing, he said that I do seem okay. As you can see, I've lost a lot of weight. I don't have half the muscle that I used to, but apparently I've still got the strength. Essentially with this, it's not a bone marrow transplant. It's taking a sample of my blood, basically cleaning it, and then giving it me again, but after it had been cleaned and after they'd filled my body with loads of drugs and stuff, which 99% of is chemo. There is the possibility of go bald, but as everyone can see from the rate I'm receding, I'll be bald by the time I'm 30 anyway. But no bother. But yeah, he is going to talk of me at the medical panel today. I don't know who's seen the video I put up. It was a much shorter version of what I'm trying to explain now. Obviously on that video I didn't take the mick out myself as much, which I seem to do a lot of. I like cussing myself. I mean, I can't exactly argue with myself, then people will put me in a loony bin, won't they? But yeah, fingers crossed this treatment gets started. I could, for between 4 weeks and 6 months, be experiencing side effects because of this treatment. 1 to 2 people die because of it, so there's a 1 or 2% chance. He did say out of 100, 1 or 2 die because of infections and stuff after they've completely wiped out your immune system. You're very susceptible to anything really. Legionella, which you get from stagnant water, or even something as simple as a common cold. But yeah, it's just going to be the third time I've looked at death in the face and I say, come on then, bring it. Like I did with my two Allen-2 infusions. First time it seemed to work, second time it seemed to cancel out all of the positives that had happened initially, hence why now I've been referred to have this chemotherapy stem cell transplant. Like I said, they don't actually transplant your bone marrow, but the drugs that they give you, as well as the fresh blood, basically like a blank canvas and loads of fresh paint, if you know what I mean. Like, you've got a blank canvas, you've been given an unlimited amount of paint. Fingers crossed you can paint something quite nice, which is basically what they're doing. They're completely stripping my body internally, like my circulatory system, making it this blank canvas, and then putting in the drugs, the chemo drugs, the additional blood that they have previously cleaned, a sample of blood they took from me, and basically this additional blood relating back to my bone marrow will promote my bone marrow to excrete the nutrients and the proteins and everything else, all those minerals and whatnot that I will need in my circulatory system. There's all sorts to say, but the neurologist in London did request that I don't share the information on social media, within the media, or basically spread the word, because this time tomorrow it might change slightly, or this time next week or next month. Basically, it's all still a work in process, and I don't want to give false information, if you know what I mean. It might be different. They might pick out a fault in this whole thing that I've just said to you and decide that they're gonna tackle it in another way. So don't for a second think that there's some miracle cure, because there is a possibility that this don't do nothing for me. But fingers crossed, it does help. What else was I gonna say? Other than that, yeah, I've got the ball rolling now. Thanks to my mum and Zach, they took me to London early this morning for my appointment at King's Hospital, next door to King's College. I can't remember what the hospital's called off the top of my head. Hammersmith, I think. But yeah, fingers crossed they hear about me within this panel, and they do try and speed up the process of me actually doing something with this disease. It is classed as a disease, so nobody fault me on that. Had to do about it when I did my extended diploma. So yeah, it is. It's classified as a disease. It's actually AIDS, but not contagious, if you know what I mean. It is an autoimmune disorder, disease. But yeah, it's not actually HIV/AIDS that everybody thinks of, although it is my standing joke if I go to like parties where people are getting intoxicated, or somebody starts talking to me that I don't want to, I'll say, well, wait a minute, I've got AIDS. But they don't see it as MS is an autoimmune disease. They just think HIV. But yeah, on the positive side of things, I'm hopefully starting this treatment within a month or so. I've got to go see a hematologist who's going to do more tests on me, because I haven't been stabbed enough in the past 4 years since my diagnosis, and the pre-existing 2 years when I was being tested. Obviously, my lumbar puncture, all those blood tests. At least it clarified I don't have diabetes, I don't have any other disorders, I don't have any STIs, STDs, I don't. Essentially, I'm perfectly fine, apart from my MS. But yeah. Also, I was gonna say in Iraq, because I watch the news, I try to keep up to date with what everyone else is hearing or talking about. And in Iraq, a large part of our pollution is not necessarily because of, but more so the process in which we use landfills. So if you don't know what I mean by that, like when you fill your black bin, the dustbin man comes, collects it, and that's it, it's gone. Basically, in Iraq, one of the most unhygienic landfills throughout the world. Internationally, it's horrible because half of the waste is now falling into one of the major rivers that goes through Eastern Europe into the ocean, and it is playing a large part in the contamination of our oceans. And yeah, I just thought I'd talk about that. If anybody wants any further information, please send me a message, request it. I would much appreciate it if you did a voice note or you sent me a video like I am doing now. And yeah, I'll try and get as much information to you as possible. But yeah, at the end of all of that, I've had my referral to London. I've been assessed, and now it's yet again another waiting game to see when and if I'm having this treatment. So yeah, please ask me questions. I'll try and provide as much intel into this whole procedure and the Iraqi landfill that is polluting the whole eastern side of the globe. But if you think about it, they've not included places like China or Japan, which is even further east, and they've got much larger population and a much larger disposable and unrecyclable waste deposit. But yeah, uh, thank you for watching. Um, Thank you for all the lovely messages people have sent. And yeah, I agree with all of you. Fingers crossed I get this treatment sooner rather than later. I'm gonna carry on drinking coffee because that seems to have no effect. It's actually slowed down my shakes. I was shaking really bad earlier. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Take care, and if I don't see you throughout the week, I'll be here next Thursday. So, yeah, take care, everyone. Bye bye.